G'day guys, and welcome back to another video. I know, 2 in 1 day, right? What the hell am I thinking? Anyway, like many, I'm sure, I have no access to a salvage ship, be it a vulture or a reclaimer. But I still wanted to have a crack at the new salvage missions that were introduced with 3.19. I've been hearing from others that it can still be profitable just by grabbing the weapons and any cargo and then selling that stuff at a station. So here I am in my freelancer, going through a few contracts to see if it's profitable. Considering the contracts cost 1,000 Alpha UEC a hit, I'm not sure it will be the best way to spend your time in verse, but let's give it a go. Just a note, I'm not sure if it was just luck in regards to only having small ship contracts, but that's all I was able to find in this session. So first up's the Eclipse. This thing only seems to have the 2 weapons on it, and despite spending the better part of 20 minutes searching, I couldn't gain access to the components of the ship. Next up we had a 325 from Origin Jump Works. This thing had the 3 weapons there, the 2 laser cannons, several missiles, and the Gatling cannon. Now, the Gatling cannon was probably worth the most of all of those weapons, and again, despite searching, I could not get access to any of the components of that ship. So far we got a bit of loot in terms of weapons, but no cargo as of yet. So none of the ships have been able to actually carry any in a dedicated cargo bay. So this next one up's Prospector. The only things other than the 2 repeaters here were the ore bags, which I took. They take up a lot of space though, and as I find out later on, cannot be sold anywhere. I tried dumpers, I tried Platinum Bay, neither accepted them. I didn't try to sell them at a refinery. However, given the time it would take to sell the weapons first at a dumpers and then fly to a refinery, and considering how much you're likely to get, I don't think it's worth the effort. Alright, so we're at Port Olisar now, trying to sell off our haul. In total, we secured around 14k from the weapons, with a cost of 4,000 for the 4 contracts, so about 10k in profit. Not too bad. But it could have been better if you find a ship with decent cargo on board. So yeah, as I mentioned, the Gatling there sells for 6.9k. That's probably the big seller. So maybe prioritizing ballistics weapons is the way to go. Yeah, so here, those bags are just taking up SCU that I can't recover. So next up we have an Avenger Titan. Now this thing does have a cargo bay and a Gatling cannon as well, which hopefully will end up being quite good for me. So here we are going to the cargo bay. As it turns out, those particular cargo boxes, the grey ones, are just ore, and that ore cannot be sold. For whatever reason, I don't know if CRG just hasn't implemented it properly yet, but yeah, I tried to sell them, which we'll see later on, and it just doesn't work. And again, no access to the componentry in this ship. Now, I know you can, if a ship is soft deathed, maybe just because of the fact that this is a wreck, you're not able to do it with these ships. So we'll just load everything into the freelancer and get out of here. Now, one interesting thing I found, you see those 2 cargo containers did snap to the grid. That one doesn't. It turns out that unless you have the tractor beam in detach mode, it will not snap to the cargo grid. It treats it like a component of the ship, which isn't a huge deal when you've got a cargo bay as big as a freelancer, but if you had a smaller one, could be kind of annoying. And be careful where you're aiming with your tractor beam. Don't get sucked into the ship. So we're back at Olisar again. This is probably the easiest place to sell for looted weapons, as I said earlier. So here I am trying to sell that ore that I found. So you can see it's there. It's just not a commodity you can sell. So we go to the ore sales section, and I can't select my ship at all. So it's like it doesn't exist. So yeah, in future, avoid those cargo containers if you can. In hindsight, maybe I could have scanned the ship prior to trying to salvage it to see if it would show me what was on board so that I would know not to pick them up. Maybe that's something worth trying next time. So we'll head into dumpers again and try and sell those weapons. So yeah, so this Gatling's not worth quite as much. It was only worth 1.2k. I think it's just due to the size of it. The 325 obviously has a bigger gun on it on the front. Sell this last Badger. Move on to the Gatling. I actually ran into a bit of a bug here where the Gatling would not sell, but I did factor that into my final profit margin. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for joining me once again. If you think I've done a good enough job, please hit the like button, maybe subscribe, hit the notification button while you're there. So that action tells YouTube that I've done something you like and to share this video to other people, allowing my channel to grow. So cheers, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.